Good morning, everyone. I am Dr. K.S. Mohan, Associate Professor, Department of Physics, Nanda Engineering College, Hero. Today, we discuss about the topic safe memory alloys. So, this is for one of the small picture representation of a safe memory alloy. So, the first image shows the material having a high corrosion resistive material, and also it is one of the high pressure absorbing material. So that's why we are using to the various industrial application and also various aerospace science, and we are using for fabricating with the helicopter blade. So this is for one of the important applications of SMA. So first, what is meant by SMA material? Smart material are materials that have the ability to return their original shape when they are subjected to appropriate thermal procedure like heating and cooling. So SMA material, so whenever you have to given for a temperature and heating, didn't change the structural. So in this SMA material discovered in the era of 1932, later in 1962, nickel titanium alloy were found to exhibit safe memory significantly and revolution the field of research. Safe memory alloy can tolerate strain 3 to 25 times higher than piezoelectric crystal can. They are also called as intelligent material, smart material, or smart alloy, memory alloy. So the rename for a safe memory alloy, we calling smart material or smart alloy or memory alloys. So this is for another term for a safe memory alloy. And what are the different compound we have to using to extracting for the safe memory alloy? That example, the main material nickel titanium. So because the nickel titanium, the cost is very less and it is easily accessible. So the nickel titanium, it is mainly used, and apart from gold and cadmium, copper and zinc, aluminium, so these kind of material also combination of SMA material. So what are the types of SMA material? The one-way SMA and two-way SMA. Why you say the one-way SMA? Is which exhibit safe memory effect only upon heating. So the material only you can apply the heating, that time the material can be phases are transformed to another phases. So that is called as a one-way SMA. And two-way SMA, call it as a SMA exhibit safe memory effect during both heating and cooling. So whenever you can apply the heat and cooling during the time without changing the structure or any phase property didn't change. So that is a two-way SMA. So phase of SMA, so we having a two type of phases are there. One is a martenite, another one is a arsenide structure. So what is meant by martenite structure? So the low temperature phase which is relatively soft and easily deformable. So that is a martenite structure. And arsenide structure, high temperature phase, this phase highly symmetric or a crystal structure. So arsenide structure having a proper crystalline structure or crystalline material. Compared to arsenide structure, martenite having a deformed state. So it is having a improper arrangement of atom. So that is a martenite structure. The structure and simple image shows the first one martenite structure, another one is arsenide structure. The image shows martenite structure having a irregular pattern and arsenide structure having a regular pattern, and each and every atom going to arranging with the proper manner. So this phase of SMA, it is cycle of SMA. First of all, first image shows a macroscopic view. Then whenever you have the heating and cooling, the SMA material going to change over to twinned martenite and deformed martenite structure. So in this cycle, continuously when you can apply the heat and cooling, in this process going to take place. Next topic, characteristics of SMA. The general characteristics of SMA, first one, safe memory effect. So safe memory effect, it is nothing but at low temperature the SMA will be in martensitic structure, and when it is heated, then it will change its shape to austenite structure. While cooling, it will again return to martensite form. So that is the image source. First of all, you have to apply the heat. That time the martensitic structure change over to austenite. Again, you have to cooling the particular material and maintain the particular temperature. It is going to convert into twinned martensitic structure. Again, you have to apply the some of the load or heating. Again, it change over to deformed martensite, and immediately you can apply the heat. Again, it is comes to austenite structure. This is cycle. It is change over to different phases, but didn't change the structural parameters. So that's why you are call it as a safe memory effect. Next characteristic, pseudo elasticity. So pseudo elasticity, it is a SMA material having a high elastic behavior. In this elastic behavior, you are going to classify with the two types. One is a pseudo elasticity and super elasticity. Pseudo elasticity, it is nothing but SMA recover its shape due to stress when it is maintained at the constant temperature. T2 lies between T1. It is one of the austenite phase. And T3, it is exclusively considered to martensite phase. So in this transformation, it is one of the pseudo elasticity. And apart from super elasticity, it is denoting for the SMA which have change in its shape at constant temperature are called super elastic SMA, and that effect is called super elasticity. It is changed over to different shape, but without changing the any original property. So that is a concept of a super elasticity. And another characteristic, hysteresis. Hysteresis, it is entirely different for this material. The difference between transition temperature for heating and cooling is called hysteresis. So the hysteresis, it is mainly depending upon for the transition temperature for heating and cooling. So then it is going to modify the formation of phase, like austenite to martensite or martensite to austenite. So this is for one of the picture representation of hysteresis loop. So in this hysteresis loop, simply it is mentioned for a reverse hysteresis loop absorbed for this kind of material. Next topic for applications of SMA. So in this SMA material, we are using for wide application such as industrial application and also different kind of medical application, and we are using for day-to-day life application. These kind of application more useful for our day-to-day life. Example, first one, micro valve. So in this micro valve, mainly valve made up of SMA are used to control and prevent fire toxic gases and liquid flow to large extent. And apart from toys and novelties, so it is toys and novelties we are using for different kind of realistic toys. So example is image shows one of the butterfly. In this butterfly, you can see this butterfly, it is natural one, but it is one of the artificial butterfly mainly made up of SMA material. So apart from not only this butterfly, other snakes or frogs or some other toys we have to made up of by using this SMA material. And aerospace science, we are using for this kind of SMA material, mainly using for health and usage monitoring system. Next, helicopter blade. So helicopter blade exclusively made up of by using a SMA material. Because it is a high absorbing or high pressure absorbing material, that's why we are using for a SMA material in manufacturing of helicopter blade. And apart from civil engineering application and ophthalmology, nowadays we are using for a different kind of eyeglasses. So in this eyeglass frame, mainly we have to manufacture by using a SMA. In medical field, mainly SMA material using to fabricating with the blood clot filter. It is an angioplasty. It is one of the fixing for stent. That stent exclusively made up of made up of SMA material. And apart from thermostats and antenna wires for the cell phones, these kind of applications we are widely using for SMA material. So next, this slide shows for different images. So first image sources in this SMA material, it is supporting to coating to the layer of satellite, because SMA material having high corrosion resistive material, that's why it is one of the supporting to coating layer of using in satellite. Another one, some of the antenna wire mainly using for nickel titanium alloy, it is exclusive using in cell phones. Next image, it is one of the corrosion resistive material, that's why we are using in a different medical application, like arrangement of backbone and irregular teeth arrangement, and then we are mainly very useful thing for blood clot filter or stunt manufacturing, we are using for this kind of material. And apart from very sensitive layer, we have to fixing with this kind of SMA material. Example, any other damage created in a skull, we have to using for this material to fixing with some of the layer. So in this image shows the various applications and where it is using for this kind of material. And this one is a useful link. What is the further extent, we know the many idea about particular material or SMA, we can refer this kind of link. So thank you for watching. Thank you.